Good morning, guys. I'm very excited to be with you today and to have the opportunity to talk about Chartreuse Liqueurs. Always a great opportunity for us to talk about the brand, and especially today with a lot of changes in terms of strategy for Chartreuse. So it's always a good opportunity to speak about Chartreuse with you guys. So just few words in order to introduce myself. So I'm Quentin Fouquet. So originally I'm from the Rhône Valley in France, so the wine region. So I started my career in the wine business, working for different wineries in the Rhône Valley and also in Burgundy. Started as a direct sales manager, then export brand ambassador, and area sales manager based in France, but also in the US. Now it's been 4 years that I'm working with Chartreuse as an export manager in order to define the new strategy of Chartreuse today with all the changes we had in the past few years. So regarding the different challenges we faced during the history of Chartreuse, we had some political challenges. For example, the monks has been kicked out of their monasteries, their distilleries, 2 different times during their history, of course, during the French Revolution, but also in 1903 when the monks, when we had this new law in France was regarding the separation between the government and the church. So the monks had to leave France multiple times. They went at that time in 1903 in Tarragona, so that's why we had a huge history with Chartreuse and Spain. And the monks started to produce Chartreuse in Tarragona. That's one of the different challenges we had to face. We had to face also, like probably all the different liqueurs, the declining of the demand on old style liqueurs. Chartreuse was very popular in the local region because that was a strategic choice that I will tell you later. But we saw that the people were not interested anymore in liqueur because, of course, it was also high ABV. So people started to drink less, of course, alcohol, but also less sugar. So we saw this decline of the demand with Chartreuse, and we had to have new strategy in order to activate the brand. Of course, Chartreuse is also a handmade liqueur. It's also still the case today. It's handmade. So, of course, when it's handmade, it takes more time to produce the liqueur. And you know how it is the world today. People want to have everything quickly. So for us, it's very difficult to reach the demand and to be quick as other brands to be in the market because we have multiple tasks in the fabrication process that we need to do by hands. Another challenge today, which is a good challenge for all the companies, is of course the exploding of the demand. We can't complain. We are very happy about the fact that liqueurs are growing today, and Chartreuse as well. But for us, again, it was a lot of challenges because we didn't have the manufacturing process in order to follow this demand. And also, again, we work with monks. The monks are making the liqueur today, still the case. 3 monks inside of the process every day to work on the liqueurs. And without the monks, we are not able to create Chartreuse and to produce Chartreuse. So their choice recently was to stay stable, and because first of all, they are monks. They don't devote their life to create and make liqueurs. That's not their job. Their job is to stay in the monastery, to pray all day and live their contemplative life. So the monks didn't want it to have more monks involved in the process of making Chartreuse. So that's also why today it's very difficult for us to reach the demand with the production of Chartreuse, and we decided to stay stable in order also to protect the quality of the Chartreuse liqueurs. Environment mission, quality instead of quantity. So it's what I was just saying. We really want to protect the quality of Chartreuse liqueurs. Why people love your product? Probably because you have a nice history, a good marketing, but also because what you have inside is good. So for us, the main goal was to protect the quality of Chartreuse liqueurs. Inside of the bottle, you have 130 plants to produce Chartreuse. And it's more and more difficult today to have the best quality of plants for all the whole 130 plants you need for Chartreuse. So we work with different kind of suppliers for the plants. Some of them are 100% sell 100% of their production to Chartreuse. Some other are big players, so we buy from different company. But the goal for us is to really buy the best quality as possible to make the plants, because with the raw materials you make with a good quality plants you make a good liqueur. If you use plants with less quality, of course you will have less quality in the bottle at the end. So for us it was very important to protect this quality of the liquor. What was our strategy in the last 20 years for Chartreuse? First of all, as I said, we are quite unique because we have a unique business model with Chartreuse. As I said, we are owned by the monks, and the monks are not looking for all the for profit. They are looking for money, of course, in order to help all the Carthusian monasteries around the world. Today, you have 24 monasteries around the world from the Carthusian order. And with the benefits from Chartreuse, today we are able to help only 5 monasteries out of the 24s in the world. So for them, the goal is really to have money in order to stay stable with their Carthusian order. So we try to do things a bit different. Of course, we work with monks. So we are not, we won't use crazy stuff with monks in the bar giving you some shot of Chartreuse. We need to respect the image of the monks. So with Chartreuse, we decided to do a little bit different. And if all the companies will go on the right side, we will go on the left. Basically, we will do completely different as the other brands. That's what we try to do. Of course, we try to do less and less marketing to stay more authentic, to just show what is Chartreuse, what is the history of Chartreuse, and make the people love Chartreuse by the products, but also by the history of the liqueur. So the 3 main strategy we had in the past 20 years was to balance the sales between France and export. As you can see, we balance quite perfectly the sales. We are 50% of the sales in France and 50% in the rest of the world. Why? Because our first goal was to stay very strong in the Chartreuse region and in France, in the local markets. Today, if you go in Lyon, for example, or Grenoble, you will see Chartreuse quite everywhere in the bars with all the 3-liter bottles of the bar. We have a very nice visibility. It's because we wanted to stay very strong with the home market. That was very important for us. Guillaume Fironi was talking here yesterday and was saying that it's very important to be strong where you are, and also when people are visiting you, to see the brand everywhere and to be able to welcome the people at your place. So it's what we created as well. We created a nice visitor center in order to let people come in Chartreuse, know more about the history of Chartreuse, have the possibility to taste Chartreuse, and to be educated to the product and to the liquor. Then we focused on the human relationship. That's probably the most important thing for Chartreuse. To work with human relation. You may know that in the wine and spirit business, money is very important. The budget you have for the brand is very important, not only for fairs, but also to push the brand into the bars. We decided to not work this way because we don't have those budgets, but to focus more on the human relationships. So how we do that? First, we choose the best person in order to represent the brand in all the different markets, mainly in the export markets. So the choice of your importer and distributor in all the markets is, for me, one of the most important things. You need to have the same value, to have the same vision of the market, and also to have the same values every day. We work a lot as well in education program. When the brand was quite weak back in the days, nobody wanted a bottle of Chartreuse. It was very hard for the sales team. Even for free, they didn't want to have a bottle of Chartreuse. So we had to work a little bit deeper in the French market first, in order to be strong in our home market. And we started to educate the future actors of the bars and the gastronomy. So we decided to work with all the different hospitality schools in France to educate people by master classes, by doing tasting, by doing cocktail competitions in those schools. That means that after all the bars, all the chefs, all the sommelier, and all the waiters know about the brand, know what is Chartreuse, and know how they are supposed to use Chartreuse in drinks and food as well. And last, we had the strategy to have the liqueur available for everybody. That's also a big choice from the monks. So we worked a lot on the prices and also in the venues where we sell Chartreuse. For example, Chartreuse will be now the only country for us where we're going to still be present in supermarkets. So should be weird because you have a product under allocation, but you are still in supermarkets. For us, it's a big decision, but the monks want to stay available for everybody. Not everybody go for in fine épicerie or cave stores in order to buy a bottle because it's not affordable for everybody. But we still took the choice to be in supermarket to stay available for everybody. Also, the price strategy was also very important. Even if today Chartreuse liqueur are more and more difficult and to find and under allocation, we are not working with high prices. It's been 20 years that we work on the price with a slight increase of the price every year, between 3 to 5%, just to cover the future problem we can face. So we had to face, but we had to face the increase of the electricity, the increase of the wood, the increase of the glasses. We had to face everything. But with very slight increase of the price every year, when you face those big problems, you can still keep this slight increased price and not increase your price with 20% from one year to another, and to have much more frustration from the consumers and from the professional working with the brands. So why we are focusing on the on-trade? First of all, as I said, Chartreuse is a local brand, so we wanted to stay strong in our region. So as I said, Lyon, Grenoble are probably the two capitals of Chartreuse in France. Chartreuse is everywhere, and it's a good visibility for the brand. Of course, liqueurs are also a niche market. Not everybody is drinking liqueur, and even not drinking liqueur at home. It's less and less the case. Even with Chartreuse, we have a huge, I would say, fan base who drink Chartreuse at home every week. But it's very rare to have people drinking Chartreuse at home today, liqueurs at home today. So for us, on-trade was the best way in order to build a brand strategy and the brand image. Also, we had to thank the on-trade because it's thanks to them that Chartreuse is this big brand today. Basically, it's thanks to the cocktail industry, to the mixology as well, from the US, from all over the world, who created very nice cocktails, historical cocktails like Last Word, Bijou, Naked and Famous, who highlight the Chartreuse liqueurs today. And it's also why Chartreuse is very trendy at the moment, because those guys really highlight the liqueur in the cocktail industry. And that's why we want also to thank them and to focus on the on-trade market. For us, the goal today is really to protect the on-trade. So our strategy is changing. We are living quite a nice moment with Chartreuse. 20 years ago, the goal was to make volume, to save the company, because nobody wanted the bottle of Chartreuse. Today, it's a bit different. Today, we have a demand that is higher than the supply. So we need to work with the best partners, all the countries who has the best connection to the on-trade sector, so to the bars, to the restaurants, in order to protect those guys who helped them for many years. So when we go in a bar and we see that the bottle of Chartreuse is empty and it's difficult for them to find the bottle, we need to work on that, because it's those guys that need Chartreuse to keep and to continue to work with the brand.